The last time you helped a stranger or even accepted something from a stranger? The Kindness Offensive has been established for a year, and they're a group of 4 London lads who practice random acts of kindness. I'm waiting for my act of kindness this morning. From finding a budding musician his first guitar, an elderly lady a fridge, and giving away 25 tons of food to London's homeless and asylum seekers in a single day. They wish to continue their generosity. Our reporter Katie Gunning has joined them live, and I believe you're in West Hampstead, Katie. Is that right?
I am. I'm on West End Lane, standing here with David, Christian, Benny, James and Robert, all in their high visibility vests on the pavement in West Hampstead. It's still quite a sleepy part of the capital, not that many people around, but they're here to practice their kindness offensive, which we'll talk about the background to in a bit, but this is briefly how it works. That noise heralds a series of events. Now, David's going to tell me a bit more. What happens when that horn beeps?
Customers are going to be coming into the West End News on West End Lane to buy their morning papers and milk and stuff like that. And when the horn sounds, the people at the counter will get their stuff for free as a random act of kindness on this early Sunday morning.
So why do you do it like that? Why do you do it without saying to the lady or gentleman, "Excuse me, may I buy your paper"?
Because this is really fun. And the horn really psychs people up and gets them into it. It's as simple as that, really.
Now, we'll be talking to some of the people who receive their goods free a bit later, but broadly, what sort of reaction do you get?
Oh, it's generally positive. I don't think we've ever had anyone not like what's going on. I mean, it brightens up your average Sunday morning, doesn't it? A horn and a free paper.
And what? But people they're amused and they're happy. But do you ever get people feeling slightly disadvantaged by it or slightly awkward?
There's a spectrum of emotions that we get. Some people generally are a little bit confused because it's very unusual to get anything for free nowadays, let alone from a load of guys in high vis with a horn sounding and kind of colourful hats on and stuff. But people generally get into it. Once they've got over that initial confusion, they kind of warm to it and they kind of come out with things like there should be more of this happening in the world, and they're very grateful. And we've had a lot of reports back from people who've kind of paid it forward, like the Kevin Spacey film. We've done something for them and that's inspired them to go on and do something nice for somebody else.
Okay, now the key question is, why do you do it?
Because it's loads of fun, and we figure the world needs some brightening up, and we figured that it was about time that people kind of started getting involved in proactively being kind to one another.
How do you fund it all?
We're very lucky. We work with a whole load of different sponsors and people who kind of chip in their time and volunteer. At the moment, we're working on a project coming up next week with ING Direct, the savings bank, who are helping us out with bits and pieces for the Everyday Kindness Awards, which I think you're going to talk to us about later. But we've been very lucky. We've worked with a whole spectrum of people, everyone from kind of the Green Giant through to Panasonic, Moscow State Circus. We call ourselves the Phone Whisperers, and what we do is when we want to do a random act of kindness, we work out what we want to do, and then we get on the phones and we start calling up companies and we explain to them what we want to do until we find some very cool people who say, yeah, we'll make that happen with you. And we've been very lucky to find a whole load of people out there who work in different companies who are really into the random acts of kindness.
We will be returning to the Kindness Awards a bit later.
We're also talking about kindness this morning, random acts of kindness. And actually, if you live in West Hampstead, you are very, very fortunate indeed, because Katie Gunning is there. But more importantly, she's there with the Kindness Offensive. Katie.
I am still here with the Kindness Offensive, and it's been really interesting seeing what happens when people are randomly bought a newspaper or a carton of orange juice and just shown this act of kindness. This is what it sounded like in the West End News earlier.
We're outside the shop now, a bit like David Attenborough in The Wild, waiting for someone to make... Oh, there goes the purchase is happening, purchase happening. Again, they might not have heard it. In.
It's quite daunting for the purchaser, isn't it?
I don't know. We'll find out. It's an individual thing. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
We would like to buy this for you as a random act of kindness.
He's looking a little stunned.
He is. Don't be afraid. I know it's a hell of a guard we've got on, but we would like to buy this for you as a random act of kindness to show you that there are kind people out there and to make your Sunday morning a little bit brighter.
Thank you. Why?
Because it's fun for us, and we're hoping that we might inspire you to go and do a random act of kindness for somebody else and pass it on to make the world a little bit happier to be in.
What do you make of that experience?
That's bizarre. Oh, that's really nice. Thank you.
So we didn't do that live for the reason that some people are quite taken aback by the act. And in fact, someone who we followed into the shop a short while later didn't take it at all well and didn't like his privacy being invaded. Though, to be fair, when they normally operate, they don't normally operate in a crowd of 5 Illuminous jackets and a radio reporter. So that perhaps wasn't representative. But how's this morning gone in the scheme of things?
Given how early it is, really, really well. Yeah, it's been quite a lot of fun. So thank you very much for having us along. It's been good.
Now, you're organising something called the Kindness Awards. How are they going to work?
It's the Everyday Kindness Awards. It's going to happen on the 14th, 15th and 16th, which is next Friday, Saturday and Sunday at different locations around London. And we're going to be setting up situations where people need a little bit of kindness shown to them. Simple things like help with a shopping bag that's been dropped or help up the stairs with a heavy bag. And when unsuspecting members of the public, kind-hearted, good, honest-to-goodness Londoners jump in to help out, they're suddenly going to find themselves at the centre of a big celebration. They're going to get a specially made gold medal, some champagne, some flowers, streamers, balloons, and a whole load of us singing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow. We kind of figured that it was about time that kindness got a bit of recognition and that there was a medal for being a nice guy. So that's what the Everyday Kindness Awards is all about, kind of brightening the world up a little bit and encouraging people to be nice to one another, because we all need a little bit of kindness shown to us at different times. And we kind of figured it needed highlighting, and it was worthy of its own award ceremony. It shouldn't just be soldiers and actors who get awards and prizes. It should be ordinary people who step out of their way to make life better for other people.
So these are really small things. So we've all got to be on our best kindness behaviour Thursday, Friday, Saturday of next week.
It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday and next week. And yeah, if you're in London next week on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you see someone who's struggling, you never know. If you help them out, you might get an award for it. And the hope is that around London, the climate might change a little bit and people might start being a little bit nicer to one another. Because Londoners are pretty cool. I know that the rest of England sometimes gives us a bad rap for being a little bit kind of sheepish and cold and stuff, but I reckon Londoners are really cool, and there are always people there who are willing to help, so we're going to reward them and sing their praises a little bit, because it's about time.
So there you are, Jamoke. We're all lovely and we have kindness in us. We just need to show it more often, and particularly next Friday, Saturday and the Sunday.
Can I just say very quickly that everything we do, we can only do with the help of sponsors and volunteers. So I would like to thank the West End News today for letting us kind of take over their shop for a little bit. I'd like to thank ING Direct for helping us with the awards next week, and all the volunteers who are giving their time for free to make it possible.
Can people join in and be volunteers? Can they wear the jackets and go and accost the public?
Absolutely. If you want to look on our website, it's just thekindnessoffensive.com. If you just type Kindness Offensive into Google, I think we're up the top, and there's a volunteering tab on there. Just click the volunteering tab, send us your details. Everybody's welcome. Come along and celebrate some kindness with us. Celebrate the good people of London.
So, Jamoke, will you be doing it? Will you be randomly buying someone's paper, or will you still feel a little embarrassed?
Well, I might feel a little bit embarrassed, Katie. I was hoping you might be bringing something back. Do you think they'll buy us some chocolate or something on the way back? Because I have no shame. More importantly, though, I think it has raised the issue of how we can spread kindness in the capital. So our appreciation to them. Thanks very much to Katie Gunning for reporting there live from West Hampstead. If someone did come up to you, it's very hysterical to hear that man go, why? Why are you buying my newspaper? Why? I thought that was so sweet. I think I would ask the same question. Our reporter, Katie Gunning, was sent out this morning with the Kindness Offensive, who perform random acts of kindness. That's what they do. And earlier on, we heard a great reaction from a stranger when the group offered to buy his groceries. However, there's another side to this. This is what someone else felt when they tried it.
Do not disturb me on a Sunday. Go away.
Okay.
Go away.
Okay. Sorry to disturb you.
You invaded my equipment. I will.
That didn't go so well.
It's fine. You have to respect people's different dispositions towards stuff, and if someone doesn't want us to do something, then we just leave them to it. There's no problem with that, and we wait for somebody else who perhaps would be more kind of open to it.
Do not disturb me on a Sunday morning. You're invading my privacy. It may have been that Katie, because she would have been brandishing a microphone alongside, might have, of course, been slightly responsible for that reaction. But if someone offers to buy you something early on a Sunday morning, I'd be like, here, can I add a few things? No. Not quite, but that's what random acts of kindness are all about. We want to hear about your random acts of kindness, things that people have done to you and for you, and things that you've done for other people.